Hello, and we're live. Welcome back. My name is Jessica, and this is Jay Gilly, Psychic Medium Tarot. So hello, Steve. Hi, how you doing? Yes, please hit the like, subscribe button. It helps me in the algorithm. So welcome. I thought that was the last we were going to see of Charlie Kirk, and I've been feeling him around me for the last couple of days, and I felt an irritability. I felt like there was a lot coming down the pipeline with interviews, certain details. In particular, a person with the initials S and T again. I know I channeled that in a previous Charlie Kirk channeling. And so we're going to get into it today and ask some more questions. When I sat down to meditate beforehand, these are the things I heard clairaudiently. So SA initials are significant in cracking some details coming July 2nd, just right around the corner. So the initials S and A, and then S and T are significant. I'm going to pull some cards on that to like clarify. July 2nd, there are some significant interviews and details being released. There was another reference to the valley again, and I didn't know, like I had channeled earlier in one of the previous videos, that the valley was like considered almost like a fence, which you would consider in like white collar crime, where if like stolen art is being sold, they're going to have a fence, a buffer, so to speak, to cover the buyer and the seller so they don't know one another. And I channeled that this was the valley and it was connected to real estate. What I didn't realize at the time is that Charlie Kirk was trying to tell me this was a reference to Silicon Valley, so the tech industry, which makes total sense, right? So that there's that. We'll do some deep dives into that, and put your QQQs in the chat if you have any questions you want me to ask the cards regarding Erika Kirk and the case surrounding Charlie Kirk. Okay, so new details I just got. December of 2025 is significant. Travel dates before Charlie Kirk's death will be significant. I also got that there was a private jet. I don't know if this is connected to December or if this is independent. We'll ask the cards with this as well. But the TP USA camp I got was panicked because of a private jet trip that might be publicly accessible or publicly searched and accessed. Now, there were bags or luggage switched that did not arrive or travel with the people on the private jet. I don't know. It feels like it's connected to Erika, if I'm honest. We're going to ask the cards and open up this channeling as well. But these bags or luggage that were switched will also highlight flight inconsistencies or claims of certain travel or maybe alibis. There's a lot of inconsistencies in Erika Kirk, obviously. And in particular bags that were switched or didn't arrive at the same location, they maybe arrived at a different location, will be confirmation of this. So if y'all have if y'all have been keeping up with the story, put your comments below, fill me in. I try to remain out of influenced interviews. I don't like to watch too much on it. I'll dip in and out just to keep a pulse, but I haven't watched any recent Candace Owens episodes or anything. So I'm kind of flying blindly and trusting what I'm getting in my channel. Then I got another vision of that black Birkin bag with the gold hardware. I kid you not, has been haunting me. Something so significant with this black Birkin bag and Erika. If y'all have seen any images with her with a black Birkin, please comment below. I want to solve this mystery with the Birkin. It's so important, I feel, whether it's with symbolism or whether it's with an actual, like, I don't know, if she went to like a formal event or some type of public affair where she was photographed with a black Birkin with gold hardware. I don't know. It's something very significant with that. So please do tell. Hi, Cam. Thanks for joining us today. Okay. So, oh, and by the way, when I pulled some initials to confirm, I got S and T again. So another confirmation. Alrighty. I'm going to go start with the Illuminati New World Order deck. I love a good conspiracy theory, and this will help us choose the right rabbit hole to go down, I feel. Okay, so the first card I got, Bjorn. And it's got like a pink rhino, I think, or some type of animal on it. And it says, I love you all, ho ho. Beloved by children, detested by adults, the Viking dinosaur, oh, it's a dinosaur, has a +4 for direct control of any media group. Bjorn gets 1 extra action token for every media group he controls directly. However, anyone who destroys or kills Bjorn can immediately draw a plot card as as the thanks of a grateful world, plus 1 extra plot card for every point of Bjorn power at a time. The numbers are 1 and 4, and it says personality and peaceful. So immediately what I get from this card is a feeling that Charlie Kirk is peaceful on the other side and well aware of everything that's going on. I do think there's an agitation with how TPUSA is handling the backlash or the facts, the rebuttals against all their claims. They're panicked for sure. And I'm getting a big download from one of the first channels or episodes I did with Charlie Kirk. There was something about pat down. Like I got like they all should be patted down. And obviously, since then, there's been some since that reading, there has been some speculation and theories about the mic exploding and it not actually being a bullet, right? And I think that was confirmation prior to or beforehand, before I understood what he was saying, that the mic had something in it, right? That was connected to a drone. I also channeled that. Now, the fact that he said they all should be patted down, I'd be really intrigued and interested to know who else had the same type of road wireless mic, portable mic, because there seems to be something significant with that as well. There's also something coming out on January 2nd, July 2nd, about a doctor is what I'm getting. So some inconsistencies in the hospital visit and who treated what and how. I'm also getting an H initial right now. I'm seeing an H in my mind's eye. So, all right, let's switch to the regular tarot. Does anybody have some good questions that they want to ask the cards about the Erika Charlie drama saga that's going on? Put it in the chat with QQQ. All right. Y'all can hear me, right? Cam's okay. Okay, perfect. The pics from inside. I'm gonna assume that's triage care or urgent care. All right, Cam says, was he immediately unalived? Was he immediately unalived? I got 2 no's. That's a plot twist, huh? Was he alive when he was in the ER? No. Okay, so that means, was he unalived in the car? Transportation. Yes, and it's the 9 of Swords. Hi, Save World. Erika reminds me of a Madonna type, doesn't know when to quit. I mean, I definitely feel like she's connected to the CIA and heavily mind controlled. Obviously, she had a new demonic entity that overtook her once Charlie passed. You can see it in her eyes. I don't know. I think she's had a couple of entities, but especially since her days of like reality TV and the Miss America pageants. I mean, her facial structure even looks different to me. But lately, in the most recent interview I saw where she was trying to backtrack and like act like this wounded widow. I mean, she wanted sympathy so bad it was kind of cringe. I was really fixated and drawn to her throat, her neck. For some reason, it was like something else was completely talking through her throat chakra, which, as we know, entities attached through the left side in the cervical spine. So yeah, it doesn't look good. Definitely not in the eyes. That was a good question, Cam. Yeah, I didn't even think to ask that. So was there foul play in the car, the transportation to the hospital? Yes. And I just got the download, at all costs to win. These people had too much pride. Oh my gosh, then I just heard war. So the whole intention behind this unaliving was because I think Charlie Kirk had some intel on why they were starting a war. I'm going to have to assume this is with Israel and his wanting to like out some information. This is all allegedly, by the way. Allegedly for entertainment purposes only. I don't know if you guys caught my last live when we were talking about clones. That video's already been deleted off of TikTok for guideline community guidelines. So you know I'm onto something if they're starting to delete my videos already. I have like what, 200 followers? It's always something. Okay. Was he shocked? No. He was shocked at how things went down, the day it went down, how it went down more so. But I think he thought he had a little more time until November, I think he says. Yeah. Um, he was shocked in how it went down and how he couldn't have seen it. But I think he always knew he was going to be unalived early on. I just heard him say, like, I wish I would have been smarter. I wish I would have. He had gotten like some dreams or visions, downloads, and inner knowing that he wished he would have listened to more so. Screamed it from the rooftops, I just heard him say. Instead of playing it safe, something like that. All right, CL. Can you please look into Charlie's parents? Do they believe Erika is involved? Oh my gosh, great question. I'm so glad I did this live. So, like, y'all have some great questions. Keep them coming. Okay. What do Charlie's parents think about this whole thing? Ooh, I just got chills, man. All of my shoulders are like buzzing. Okay, they are isolated and heartbroken. They feel separated from the world right now because they know what abundant energy and what power Charlie had in his voice. And they know why he was targeted. I feel like they're being silenced. Has anyone heard anything about them speaking out on this? Because they feel, what I'm getting right here is they feel isolated, separated, and there's a lot of tension. I asked, have they spoken to Erika? No. They know that she's repressing information and has hidden motives. Cognitive dissonance, I just heard. They know. Something's coming out. I'm telling you, July 2nd. July 2nd is going to be a big day of revelations, information released. Can you give us any information about what the parents are thinking about Erika? They don't trust her. They think she's tactless. I'm going to agree. Oh, I just got the visual of lipstick on a pig. They are afraid of speaking out, however. They've remained isolated and kind of closed off because they have ooh, I got the number 12 again. So December. Maybe the parents have this knowledge of a flight or inconsistencies on his private jet in December of 2025. That's coming through so strongly. But back to what I was saying, something about fear of change. Fear of the information, the missing pieces being revealed, maybe by the parents. I just asked, has Erika really talked to the parents much? And I got a no, magician in reverse. Everything that she's tried to barter, I just heard with them. They don't trust it, and they're not going for it. I do feel like his parents are quite, obviously they're grieving and heavily still, and they feel drained. They feel like they don't have a lot of energy to keep going. They feel kind of like at a dead end. All right, let's see other questions. Are both children his genetically? So, okay, in one of my other videos, I got in one of my channelings, I got that his son was not. However, he was going to watch over him just as if he was his son, because they had a bond. But I got genetically no, that the son was not his. And I do feel Erika allegedly, this is for entertainment purposes only. Don't come for me. I'm going to keep saying that. But I feel that Erika was having an affair. Let me ask this. Did Charlie Kirk know about this affair? No. Did he have any suspicions? No. He was distracted, he said. Also just got the number in my mind's eye, 3, 2, 1, like a countdown. So that's fascinating. Erika recently said they are proud of her. Sure. Yeah. Right. Right. Charlie talked about the fact that he would lose his life while he was young. Yeah. I definitely feel like he had some type of almost a prophecy. Like he always had like visions, like kind of knew, but, and he's just saying right now, he always had prophetic dreams that were way in the future. But he wished he would have like kept track of that and like taken heed more so, listen to his dreams. That should have been like the guiding force in his negotiations, is what I'm getting. I don't know what negotiations. What negotiations? Oh my God. It's so funny. I'm always like in another room in my mind while like there's a conversation going on while I'm channeling. Okay, I got temperance in reverse, and we were talking just about the doctor and some information. When I asked negotiations, I got to download like something was already predetermined about which hospital they would take him to. What if should something happen? And that also smells fishy. And he's saying like I should have realized the command, the chain of command, the options that they were laying out in front of me. It was a setup. I should have shifted. I should have returned home. Shouldn't have taken the bait, something like that. And then this is catching my eye. This card, it says Clone Arrangers. Tank 23. Give +4 on any attack to control a personality by replacing them with a clone. As its action, this group may restore to life any just killed personality card. Other groups cannot interfere in any way. The restored personality may be placed on any open control arrow of any of other groups. Violent, criminal, communist, science, and secret. 626. Okay, so he's making a reference to a clone. I know that I channeled. I asked in a previous channeling if Erika was a clone. I don't feel like she is, just because, not yet anyway. Now, if she starts to go against the grain and go off script, I think, yeah. But right now, she's so heavily indoctrinated and doing their bidding, like a good little pet, demonic pet, allegedly, that I don't think she's been cloned. I think she's been heavily mind controlled. I think she has a demonic entity or walk in of some sort. And it's very visible in her throat chakra and her eyes. And the anger, the triggers of anger and rage. And the spell casting, almost like when she goes on these like interviews and public public platforms, you can tell it's like she gets mad when she's not convincing, when people don't believe her or ask anything that like defies what she's saying, which is weird. Tamara says, to date, I don't think anyone has heard from his parents. Yeah, I got that they were extremely isolated, scared, couldn't trust many people, scared to give some information about travel plans in December, which would make sense, right? Because you see your parents during like the holidays and stuff. There's something significant there with a private jet. And then I also got a visual just now of a towel, like they were going to a beach, but the bags didn't make it or the bodies didn't make it there. There's some inconsistency that can be tracked publicly with maybe what Erika's claiming. Flight logs, paper. Flight paper? What's flight paper? I don't imagine anything is written down anymore, but maybe there's some like actual document of the flight travel, like a manifest or something. Or maybe there's a boat included in this trip, because I just heard manifest. And there was a towel. Bradley Williams. Was Charlie dead in the car when they took him to the hospital? No. And that just confirms what I got just at the start of the show. Surprisingly, I asked if Charlie was dead upon arrival in the hospital, allegedly, and I got an no. I think. Did I get a no? Wait, hold on. I just got confused. Wait, was he dead upon arrival in the hospital? Okay, yes. Was he dead in the car? No. Was he unalived in the car? Yes. Okay, so that all tracks with what I got previously. I think I gotta say, I'm getting a feeling that he was finished off in the car. And now I'm getting a visual of like shards, shattered something in the car. I'm also seeing the number 16. So I don't know what that means, but that's significant. I hope Charlie's new baby boy is Charlie coming back. Oh, me too. That would be one hell of a team, right? Investigative team. Sadly, though, I don't think that's going to happen. I got baby boy in reverse. So I think he's going to stick around on the other side to watch things unfold. I'm sure he's not super like rushed to get back here. Okay, Tamara says, Erica always references the daughter when she talks about CK, but rarely mentions the son. Makes total sense. I know, right? Isn't that weird? They always talk about Gigi, but never the son. The doctor too. I don't know what you're asking. Tennessee Tammy, maybe elaborate or be more specific with the question. Let's see. Oh gosh, there's a lot of okay, let me I did a deep investigation on the hospital, huge issue. Yeah, I would imagine just because of what I just channeled. There's some inconsistencies with what the doctor's saying. I think for sure that's going to come out quite soon. Doctor, death certificate, etc. I'd be interested in does anyone know what the death certificate says? Interesting, 990 IRS donation from the IRS. Okay, what about the IRS donation? Definitely connected to the Freemasons. I got the magician. Funding by the Freemasons I just got. There was no emergency personnel. Then he went down and none of the security pulled their weapons or took protective stances. Of course. That's why probably they had the doctor already pre-planned, preconceived, because they're only going to use people that are in their network that will go with the shtick, that can get away with the narrative, right? It was all planned, such a sad situation. Yeah. And I'm sure they don't have any, with all the cameras, with all the AI satellite surveillance we have going on. I mean, Siri is listening to all of my conversations at all times. I know that. I'm sure they can't pull any footage, security cam footage. I'm sure that's all just conveniently deleted, which is always the case in these things. It really is a sad situation. There were emergency first responders, but they were ignored. Why is no one getting arrested here? Why is I just feel like Erika Kirk should be like interviewed, deposed, something. EK says certain things 3 times, like a spell of some kind. I can believe it. Is Erika Mossad or affiliated to them? Let's see. Yes. We got the devil card as well, which not a good look. Just deplorable. Despicable. What the parent thinks about the YouTuber's investigation about CK. They're glad that they're doing it because they don't have the emotional bandwidth. They're too distraught. I think, are they being threatened? They're just watching Erika Kirk. They're not speaking out. They're watching. They're looking at all of her shenanigans with like this pop star type quality. Like it's like her tour, her band's tour kind of thing. And they are a little bit standoffish. They're protecting themselves because they know there's fear of change here, because they know that they have the intimidation factor or threat of intimidation. They can feel it. They're resisting that. And then, like I said, they're very isolated right now. It's like they're not taking calls from anybody, obviously, because they're grieving like normal people would. I mean, listen, as a medium and reading people that have lost close loved ones, everyone has their own timing. You can't like say, "Oh, you should be over this by this amount of time." And especially with parents, they're not meant to outlive their children. It's a really big blow. It's hard to fathom that you would outlive your child. It's just not a natural course of things. So I'm feeling that it's a really hard acceptance to know that they're going to have to live the rest of their lives without their son still alive and like carrying on their name kind of thing. Or that relationship with him and the dreams that he had, big dreams. They're really devastated about him not being able to live out his legacy. That's the big feeling I'm getting. Obviously, he has children to carry on his name, but there's some feeling of absolute death to his legacy with Erika being in charge of the kids now. That's what I'm getting. I think the parents are relieved that the YouTubers have taken it over and are doing all the legwork because it's so emotional. Um, I feel like they're taking their time, the slow and steady, because they know that they have the threat of intimidation looming over them. They write travel logs down on your essay. If a certain level of dignitary is on plane, it's written. Oh, thanks. That makes sense. Y'all are awesome. I would never know this. Okay, there were 2 emergency personnel, but no ambulance. All of it was very strange for an event, especially of that size. Yeah. Yeah. Especially with such a big name like Charlie Kirk. I would imagine you get like the red carpet rolled out and everyone would be like, "Oh my god, let's help. Let's get on this." Like, you know, but sensationalism with these stories. What are those glass shards in the car? What is it from? Okay, so I'm getting 3 people in the car. I don't know. If anybody's following this story, let me know, but I'm getting 3 people in the car. The shards around were, like, thrown around by the 3 people in the car, but I think some foul play happened in the car, and they had to get all their stories straight in the car. And I do feel like there was a sense that he was trying to fight for his life in the car. Okay, what was the material of the shards? Was this glass? No, it was not glass. What was it? Fiberglass? Yes. Like fiberglass and plastic? Yes. Two materials. Was this something already in the car? No. Was this something on Charlie's person? I got a yes and a no. I don't know how to interpret that, but I got the 3 people again in the car. So maybe someone else. See, that's it. That's what's like, I keep getting a vision of is like, I don't think Charlie was the only person that had a mic on. So, like, doing a deep investigation on who else was talking that day and who else had a mic on, and if that person also rode in the car with him, that's significant. That's popping out at me. Does anybody know about that? Okay, Candace and Baron both talk about shattered black glass, which they think is from the road mic. Was this from the road mic? Yes. Was this from Charlie's mic? I gotta know. See, that's what's interesting. Are they wanting us to like get off track here? Are they wanting us to get off track? No. Okay, so why shatter someone else's mic in the car? It was for a plan to cover and hide the truth. So was Charlie killed by the mic? No. He was killed in the car. Whoa. I was not expecting this in this reading. This is why you have to kind of like let go and just trust what you get. I don't think he was killed on the spot on the stage. I think that he was killed in the car and 3 people in the car ride have something to do with it. The mic is significant for evidence, but maybe that's why the people in the car like shattered the other mic they had to get the evidence off scent or like the investigation off track, something like that. Did the doctor play a role with Erika? I got a no, but I got a mail from TPUSA. Is this? I can see the guy. I can't remember his name. I can see him in my mind's eye. The person that the doctor has a role with is the guy that kind of looks like a devil. Like he has really thick eyebrows. It's not Andrew Kovat. It's and not the Neff guy. It's the other. I think he's possibly Jewish. And he spoke, I think, at the beginning of Charlie's last stage presence or speech. He was the opener, maybe something like that. This guy has very significant eyebrows. I don't know. Throw the name down there in the chat if you know. Let's see. Shards are from microphone. Came out this week. Okay. Thanks for that, Cam. The MD has the same last name as Mikey. Oh, that must be the M that I was getting earlier. How about paving the entire area within days of CK's death? Paving. What do they mean? Everything about yeah, I mean, the whole thing is corruption. There should have been many more arrests. Just alone based off the evidence and inconsistencies. In my opinion, this is too high up for law enforcement to work correctly, right? I mean, obviously the Freemasons and the CIA allegedly are involved. CK is helping Candace get to the bottom of it. Going to have to go outside the lines. Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's now just about truth. Like, this is full disclosure, in my opinion. And yeah, we're gonna have to uncover the truth and call people out on the gaslighting, because that's the only way some type of justice will be served. Look at Candace's page, pics of the inside of the car. Nuts. She may come across as self-righteous, but she is a genius. Yeah, I definitely feel like, well, I feel like when you're at the top where Candace is and the circles that she, is connected to, it's very you can easily get, like, bamboozled, in my opinion, that the higher you climb, the more corruption there is. So I think she's doing an excellent job of, like, being transparent and doing all of the due diligence, with her investigation and fact checking and things. It's remarkable, like, really is. And you can obviously tell that she has a passion for it because of her love for Charlie and just the justice for him. So for that, I think we all can applaud her. Um, I do feel like the shards from the mic, though, weren't the exact mic on Charlie. That's what I'm getting in the car. That's just my psychic opinion. I don't know if they'd be able to, like, take DNA samples and prove that that was the actual mic that was on Charlie. I feel like it came from someone in the car, because I'm actually seeing someone put the microphone down and then, like, use their knee to crush it. Will Taylor Robinson walk free from the case? I feel like he was bamboozled and gaslit to take the fall with this, personally. Will he walk free? Okay, so what I'm getting is Candace has a plan to she has been holding something in her back pocket, a very, very vital piece of evidence and information that will free Tyler Robinson, or Taylor. I don't know his name. And it's going to be like one for the books. The cataclysm will be the side of truth against the side of fiction, the Illuminati Freemason fiction, the criminal overlords. And it comes down to if Candace will be allowed to release this information. Yes, then he will be able to walk free. But they're going to put up a really big fight, I imagine. Because when this information comes out, the government as we know it and the institutions that everyone puts faith in the public, like, persona, that will fall. Yeah. Five people in car plus Charlie. Okay. I'm seeing something about significantly about three people in there that are part of the psyop. I love rabbit holes. Me too. They are they are all safety guidelines for college for an outside event to happen. Is the glue used to stick the mic on, does it contain boom powder? Ooh, great question, Cam. You need to be like an investigator, psychic investigator too. Is the glue used to stick the mic on, does it contain boom powder? No. Was it inside the mic? Yes. And they had many options. They believe Charlie had two parts in him, the mic and the receiver, which looked identical. Oh, okay. Was he electrocuted by a button pushed by a staff person? No. Was he electrocuted is the first question. Yes. Was it by a nearby drone? They were surveillanced by the drone on the horizon. But two people had access to operating the electrocution or button. Okay, I'm hearing laughing about the neck strength and a comment about veggies. Laughing hysterically. I'm hearing something about cowboys. I don't know. Something about cowboys. What about Mickey McCoy? What am I asking? Elaborate a little bit, Tamara. Obviously, the security team rushed to take CK to the car before the emergency team could get him because they wanted to make sure he doesn't stay alive. Yeah, that never occurred to me to ask that question, and that just like I stumbled upon that just today. So, yeah, I'm going to trust what I got in my channel there. Dan Flood. Who is Dan Flood? I don't know. Ben Shapiro. Yes, that's his name. Was Ben Shapiro in the car? Because I got a vision of him. Now that doesn't mean he was the one like that actually maybe unalived him in the car, but maybe he was the one calling the shots, pulling the strings. I don't know. There's some devilish energy, some vengeful, spiteful energy. And I saw his face pop up in my mind's eye whenever I was trying to see what happened in the car. And I do see Charlie kind of fighting. Will CK's death be resolved, or at least whoever had hands in orchestrating the tragedy, will they receive karma? Yes, these people involved are going to run dry monetarily and financially, so their funds will dry up. I do feel that it's kind of hanging in the balance right now with the spiritual war. Like Candace is sitting on some very important information. And this will be revealed in the next couple of days. I do feel that there's a lot of energy trying to silence it right now, though. And if this information comes out, this important evidence comes out, in particular for Tyler Robinson, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I should know all these facts better. But that's how you know I'm like the real deal, because I really don't keep up with it that much. I try to go in blind. So I'm not swayed in any way. But yes, Tyler Robinson will walk free if this information is not censored and allowed airtime. That's what I'm getting. So same thing there. Same thing with all the people involved. It's going to be all the criminal overlords, all the governmental systems, and the higher ups that played a role in it. So I definitely don't think that they're all going to get arrested and put in jail. No, I think they're going to be in spiritual jail and worried about being seen as corrupt people that execute public figures. Yeah, that's enough. That's enough karma in itself. But on top of that, the way these things work, the occult does all of this for money gain. And because the truth and transparency is being uncovered through the internet YouTubers that are putting everything together, their money is running dry. And then they're spending all this money to cover up and make, alliances with other people or other media groups. And then, the independent free thinkers are the ones uncovering the truth. It's like all of this money is being wasted to cover up stuff that won't stay covered up because of their own stupidity. So, yes, their karma will be given to them monetarily, financially. They will struggle. And they will lose a lot of followers and airtime is what I'm getting. But will they end up in jail? No. They're hoping Tyler Robinson will take the fall. I feel like there's like a backhanded deal where they're asking him to take the fall, but then they'll like pardon him or something later on and give him money just so they can like bury it and Erika can run for president. I mean, or vice president or whatever. Yeah. I hope that made sense. I'm just rambling. Frank Turek, was he the person connected to the surgeon? Was Frank Turek connected to the surgeon? 2 degrees of separation is what I'm getting. So not directly. There was a middleman in between, a connection to the surgeon. I don't know who Frank Turek is, but leave a comment below. Dan Flood was also mic'd. Is that the guy that just did this weird, like, university talk with glasses? He is so creepy. Nothing that comes out of his mouth remotely looks like the truth. It all looks like a sensational, like, Shakespearean monologue, honestly. He's so creepy. The SUV was sold within days or a week or 2 after CK's death. From what I understand, it wasn't processed by the authorities. Standard. One of the 5 people in the car, Brian Harple, filed a lawsuit against Candace. Will that go through? Lord, I hope not. Let's see. Let me switch decks. Will this lawsuit go through? No. Like I said, there's TPUSA and all the people involved, they're losing tons of money backing TPUSA in particular. I feel like they're flapping. They are panicked. I believe that was FT that was activating the drone or whatever. Was it FT, Frank Turek, activating the drone? No, I'm getting a reference to military who was activating the drone. Like I said, this is a whole network of people. You're not ever going to be able to pin it just on one person. Like, so the fact that Tyler Robinson, I don't know how to say his name. The fact that they're putting it on this one man, it's idiotic to think. I mean, to pull this type of choreography off takes tons and tons of people. So that's why the approach that Candace is taking is the most effective, because it exposes all the cover-up lies. It's like she's reverse engineering it. And for that, she's a true genius. And in my own experience with my faked, staged car wreck, whatever the hell it was, I don't even know if my investigation, allegedly, the documents I got from the private investigator I hired, I don't even know if those are legitimate, but and the police report that I allegedly filed was rejected due to incorrect address of the accident that I wasn't even in. And then I couldn't even request the body cam footage, which is ridiculous. Um, I've had a similar experience with just the corruption and selling the car. They auctioned off my car without my consent. There's all kinds of stuff. So, yeah, I've seen it firsthand behind the curtain. Insurance played a role in it too. Someone got paid out for the insurance without even like a proper claim investigation or like a damage assessment on my car. I mean, so many things, so many things. So I just with my bout of corruption, what I've seen on the opposite side of things, I can imagine with him being such a public figure, they had to iron out all the details well in advance, months in advance. Probably all the way back in December, like I channeled of 2025. It takes a huge network to pull it off. I don't know what you're saying no to, Sam. Ben not in the car. Okay. Yeah. Well, Ben definitely is at the top of a pyramid somewhere, calling some shots, in my opinion. Ben Shapiro's Daily Wire, in my opinion, he's downright evil. He looks like it. His eyebrows are the sign. Dan Flood was head of CK's security. He's kind of MIA now, I imagine, huh? Let's see. Dan Flood was CK security. Okay, so that makes sense. I feel like he's out of the country, laying low in case there is an investigation that goes down. That's how you know they are kind of worried and panicked. Anyone else buffering? Yes. Lots of people overseas are trying to help out. They're trying to kind of like recruit people of the Freemasons and the criminal network. They're trying to get other countries involved. And is this going to be successful? No. Yes. The good guy has to win in one of these stories, right? QQQ, is there a connection between BK from Idaho 4 and Tyler Robinson? Is there a connection from BK? I got that there's a connection with Tyler Robinson's father and BK. I don't know if that tracks, but that's what I'm getting. Something about his hometown, his roots. There's some connection there. That's Frank Turek. So if they sue Candace, she can force them to give Discovery. Good thing. Oh, yeah, good point. Frank Turek is a Christian apologist who was involved with CK and TP USA. I don't know the extent of their involvement. He was in the SUV with CK to the hospital. His version of events are conflicting. Well, not surprising. It all the world's is staged with this. You know, it's all sensationalism. Oh, stay safe in Florida. My ex was an investigator and they can pull some shady stuff. Yeah, I've seen it. I've experienced it firsthand and I'm a nobody. Yeah. It was a nightmare. I'm so glad I'm out of that. and then can help do psychic investigation reads on it now. This stuff is wild. Will we find out the truth? Yes. Yes, we will. And that's the full disclosure, in my opinion, is realizing just how much of a psyop our government, CIA, everything is. That's going to be the judgment, the vindication. I don't think anyone's going to actually like be in jail. I think they're going to be in spiritual, mental jail. They will no longer have a big following. They will go bankrupt. They'll have to kind of repurpose their businesses and networks and rename them, is what I'm getting, to try and compete with the true speakers. But their time of reign is over. That's a good question. Let me ask, is TPUSA going to go bankrupt? Yes. Apathy, because of apathy. Whoop, whoop. Is Erika affiliated with Mossad? I think I already answered that one. We'll confirm. Yes. Again, I got another yes. Oh, okay. I'm repeating now. Will any of the 5 people in the car be silenced eternally off? Yes. How many? 1. The one that went to the emergency room with Charlie. I forget which one of you said that was. Because of his conflicting story in the ER. That's what I just got. Let's see. Thank you. I keep getting the lines connected between BK and Tyler with the same brainwashing experiments. Did they have the same brainwashing experiments? You are correct. Same leader, same overlord. Oh, I'm sorry, Cam. Dan Harple. Oh, that might be the H name. I forget what I was saying. Y'all will have to go back and re-listen to the channeling, but I got an H name. So that might have been Dan Harple. I don't see Frank living. Yeah, me either. Got the sun in reverse. The lights are going out quite soon. Let's see what else we get. Any more questions? Good questions to ask the cards before I go. I'm switching to the pop art deck. Ooh, okay. Something's going down with Candace Owens and Ben Shapiro soon, and defeats. I got like finish him, at the end of like a video game. It says frequent arguments, desire to always be right, facing a workplace bully, and conflicts over money, feeling taken advantage of financially. Wouldn't that be funny if Candace Owens actually took over TPUSA? That would be the only thing that would save them. But I'm getting there going bankrupt, and this is Ben Shapiro, the fool, a clown. Some type of romantic affair or business relationship is going to be revealed by Candace Owens as well. That will finish him off. That's what I just got. Let's see. The brainwashing makes total sense. I was just watching some stuff about Idaho 4 last night. I don't know anything about the Idaho 4, but it seems like there's a connection with like Tyler Robinson's father, the network he's connected to. I don't know. Something, maybe they have the same MK Ultra leaders, something like that. Where is CK buried? Okay, for whatever reason, there's a lot of choices that are still like up for debate, but whatever they said in the public is an illusion, is what I'm getting. I'm getting fantasy, dreams, illusion, but there's a lot of options still being debated on where the final resting place is. And I would imagine they'd be worried about people going in and like trespassing and digging up to find the evidence. So whatever it is, it looks like whatever they've released, that would be an illusion, a cover up. I don't think they've chosen a place, if I'm honest. Let's see. Will CK Journal be leaked to Candace? No, but she already knows what was his inner deepest thoughts. I think she has them in text message. That's what I'm getting. Yeah, I don't think it's like she doesn't really need to get the journal leaked. It's like she's already got what she needs in her back pocket. Like they were talking all the time via text. They were each other's like journal, alien journal. Will EK go down for her involvement? Or will gosh, I hope so, just because the way she's been handling this and making a mockery of it is like she's Madonna, like Steve said. Um, will we have to endure this nonsense? No, I do think there's she's carrying a lot of burdens right now, trying to go back. She thinks she's protected to a certain extent. She is worried and panicked and flapping because it's the people that are quote unquote have it under control and protecting her are not. There's too many holes in this story. Everyone's kind of revealing themselves. So she is overloaded with stress. She's burned out. She's trying to remain positive and sunny about it, but she knows no one's buying it. I think her last attempt will be to run for vice president alongside Vance, JD Vance, but she knows it's kind of like no one's going to buy it. Yeah, she's biding her time. Will they investigate her? No. But the honor and following of her and her businesses will be no longer. That's what I'm getting. That's the karma. Is Candace will Candace buy Daily Wire? It's possible, or she'll be like some type of overseer or mentor for it. Maybe she'll be becoming an alliance once again, because I know she used to work for them, right? Is CO frozen? I got a maybe. Is that Candace Owens frozen? What's up with Blake Neff, host from CK Show, behavior towards Candace and other women? Mentally ill, I got. Is he mind controlled? Yes. Anxiety about his involvement coming out. That's why he's like, it's almost like he's a blender. He's just trying to deflect in any which way possible. And the only thing he can do is attack women because he needs the boy network behind him on his side doing his corrupt, backing him up corrupt wise with corruption. That's what I'm getting. Is CK frozen? I'm assuming you mean by like the cryo. I got a yes. Did they steal his DNA? No, but whoever's in charge of his frozen body is very arrogant, is what I'm getting. She's lost a lot of weight. I don't know who you're referring to, Tennessee Tammy. QQQ, did Trump give the go ahead for this assassination? Yes. Wheel of Fortune for money. Oh, Erika lost a lot of weight. Really? Maybe that's why she's wearing such baggy clothes. I thought she had gained a little bit of weight. I don't know. Her neck looked weird to me. The skin on her neck looked weird recently. I don't know why. I can't tell you why exactly her neck looked weird, but it just looked weird. It drew me in psychically in her aura, and the way she was like constantly like acting like she was crying. And then there was a weird part of the interview where she was like, I wasn't expecting to be crying. Like, girl, your husband was assassinated. Like, expect to cry on every public interview. What? And she blamed it on allergies. I was like, that's so bizarre, in my opinion. Are the reptilians watching his frozen body? Yes. Great questions, Cam. You get the gold star for today. God damn. Yeah. I would have never thought to ask these questions. Whoever has his body, it's an achievement. It's like a trophy. That's what I'm picking up here. I feel like there is a military base underground near the ice walls. Would this be Antarctica, where his body is? His body has been there for some type of, I heard tracking. The DNA wasn't taken from it, but it's just like being stored. But he went to the Antarctica base and now he's near like the ice walls. I'm getting west. I mean, sorry, east, but I said west. So there is a theory that the east and the west are changed. That they tell us they flip them. Everything's opposite on purpose. So yeah, there's something where like he went to Antarctica, but then the direction I'm getting is here. If you're looking at a map. Confusing, I know. Is he in the fourth dimension? Yes. Ooh, yep. Well, our soul, the reason why we're so studied is like our soul is connected to every dimension. We have the keys to all the different dimensions. That's why they traffic us, and that's why they keep us in the prison planet here and want to control us. They can't control our soul. So part of him, his fragments are being held in the fourth dimension, but that doesn't mean he's trapped there because he is working through other people through the truth and the transparency, getting it out. But yeah, I would say that they're trying to dismantle him or his soul for study, trying to collect energy and harvest it is what I just got. I don't know how that would happen. I'm also getting the ice wall base, something like that. Yeah, soul fragments. Are the culprits of CK still targeting Candace and Tucker in their hit list? Yes. I think that's going to be something that is ongoing for many years to come. Hi. Hi, Sandy, Bruce. Welcome. Do they only have his soul fragments in the fourth dimension? No. I got a note to that one. Well, alrighty, guys. I'm going to come on here the next time I feel Charlie Kirk. Let's have one parting message here. What kind of hope and inspiration can we give? What good did your passing bring to us? What lessons? So good. I got truth, the sword of truth, and leadership in reverse. So the big message he wants us to get is an arrogant, bossy control, lack of effective leadership at work here, relying too much on others, being passive in your own role, taking a stand in your own life, and not taking control of, or not being under the control of finances. That's such a good one. The shades are off. And attract what you want in your life. Meaningful discussions, open communication, intellectually stimulate your work environment. Think logically, avoid making financial decisions based on emotions. Oh, that's such a good one. So I do think there's some hope for the future with, truth and clarity coming out. I don't think justice in the way that we know it legally will be served, but just knowing the truth kind of strips those in power and control of their soapbox. No one's going to believe them anymore. No one's going to listen to them or care. And that's karma in itself. All righty. Thanks, guys. Thanks for joining me. Hit the like and subscribe. I'm trying to build my channel. And I appreciate y'all so much. Y'all are so good. Y'all are like little private detectives. I love it. Oh, there's one more. Let's see. The route they chose is exactly 6. Oh, duh. Because everything in the gematria is going to be sync up, right? That's how they try to counteract God and their karma. They will put in the headlines, it will be all repeating numbers that you can decode with gematria. That's how they try to like compete with God, in my opinion. From the spot he was killed to the nearest Freemason monument to the hospital. Makes sense. It's why they chose the hospital further away, ritual numbers. Yeah, I agree with that one. All right, guys. Love y'all. Bye.